Hi everyone. So our topic name is European Commission, and in this video we will talk about this. So first question, what's institution? So this is important system or organization in society that helps things work properly. So one of the most significant institutions of the European Union is European Commission. It's executive arm. It runs day-to-day affairs of the Union. Their responsibility to create laws, implement the policy, manage the budget, and that the EU law is applied properly in all member states. It also representation of the interests of the entire EU, not individual countries. Also, the president of the European Commission is Ursula von der Leyen. So the history of the Commission. Treaty of Rome formed European Economic Commission in 1958 and resulted in formation of the European Commission. As the time passed, its role increased. So the European Union was established by the Maastricht Treaty in 1992, and the Commission became more important and effective. The Lisbon Treaty followed later, enhanced its power and the decision-making process. The most important legal source that shaped the structure of the Commission is the powers and duties. There are three main treaties: the Treaty of Rome, the Maastricht Treaty, and Lisbon Treaty.
Well, and now I'm gonna talk about the main function of the European Union Commission. The European Union Commission is the executive body of the European Union. Its main roles include proposing new laws and policies, monitoring their implementation, and managing the European Union budget. The Commission also ensures that European Union policies and laws are correctly applied across member states, negotiates international agreements on behalf of the European Union, and allocates funding. Additionally, it represents the interests of the European Union on the global stage, ensuring coordinated approach among member countries. The objectives of the European Commission is to promote the general welfare of the Union. This includes fostering the economic advancement, political stability, environmental sustainability, and support for democracy and human rights. It seeks to foster cooperation among member nations. The Commission has many competencies that grant it power. For instance, the Commission is the only organization that is able to make proposals for legislations in the Union. It is the body responsible for administering decisions and administrating European Union programs and funding. The Commission also represents the European Union in international trade negotiations. The Commission works closely with other European Union institutions. It works with the European Union Parliament, which has the role of debating, approving, and supervising the work of the Commission. It also cooperates closely with the Council of the European Union, which represents the governments of the European Union member states and adopts legislation for the Parliament. The European Council establishes the overarching political direction of the European Union. So as a result, the Commission makes proposals for legislations but cannot adopt legislations on its own.
So lastly, I'll speak about two big challenges. The former is the war in Ukraine. European Commission reports have indicated that this war has necessitated a powerful EU intervention, which includes imposing sanctions on Russia, providing financial aid to Ukraine, and helping the refugees. It has also been brought about economic challenges, particularly in the markets of energy. The second one is the energy dependency. EU has long-term relied on Russian imports of energy. This poses a threat to security and economic stability according to the EU energy policy documents. The Commission is in the process of cutting down on this reliance through investing in renewable energy and this diversification of energy. But this is a complicated and expensive process. In conclusion, it is important to note that the European Commission is the core of EU in the sense that it proposes laws, administrative policies, and also ensures cooperation, but also experiencing several problems like international and domestic. Thank you.